Hello and welcome if you're new to my channel. My name is Brianne Beebe and I'm a high school math teacher. This is not one of my usual vlogs, so I felt like I needed to do some kind of an intro. Next week my plan is to get back into doing my regular classroom vlogs. I might be changing those up, maybe doing a slightly different format, so stay tuned because I'm still thinking it through and figuring stuff out. But this vlog is special to me. It's kind of like a behind the scenes of what's been going on October through December, because in every vlog that I put up during that time, I'm complaining that I'm feeling sick and that I'm just extra tired, and I'm gonna cut to the chase because I don't like clickbait or people just dragging things out. But I'm pregnant. I'm now in my 14th week, so I finally feel like I can tell people about it. But for the past few months, I've been kind of keeping a separate set of footage just because I thought maybe it might help some people. I don't think, and now I haven't actually edited anything yet, I don't think this is too teacher related. And I'd like to keep my channel focused on teacher related things. So I might talk about going through pregnancy as it relates to being a teacher, and it might become part of some of my content, but I'm still focusing primarily on just the teaching aspect of teaching. Just as teachers, I think we all know that when there's something going on outside of teaching that's kind of a big deal, it seeps into your teaching no matter what you do. Whether it's grieving over something or some exciting news like pregnancy or just things that are changing at home, it usually impacts us one way or another. And while we like to leave everything at the door when we come to school, it doesn't always work out that way. So back in October, I filmed a video, a teacher chat, on the day that the child from my first pregnancy would have been due. I had a miscarriage, obviously. So it turns out that the day that I filmed that video, I was actually already pregnant, but didn't know it yet because it was the very beginning of my pregnancy. I started filming vlog footage, say within 10 minutes of finding out I started vlogging, and kind of went back once a week-ish and just gave an update if there was anything to update on. And I haven't seen the footage since I recorded it, so it's going to kind of surprise me what comes out of this, but I'm excited to share it. It goes without saying, if this is something you're not interested in, I'm not going to be offended if you don't watch. I just know some people that if they're thinking about starting their family for the first time, this may be something that interests them. So I'm putting it out here anyway. So I think that's everything that I need to talk about up front, and if you continue to watch, great, and the vlog footage starts now. I'm vlogging just very much in the moment, so there's mess behind me, my hair's up, my lighting is awful, but something happened and one of my first instincts was, okay, I need to vlog. Like, I just had this urge to vlog. So I'm pregnant. It's kind of a surprise. I use an app to track my cycle on my phone. Didn't realize I never put Septembers in and was completely off about when I'd ovulated. So I'm under the assumption that it's not possible that I could be pregnant right now. So I've been eating cold cuts. I had a drink over the weekend and now I'm freaked out. It's probably fine. It's probably fine, but I'm just freaked out. My husband's being very reassuring. He's like, it was one drink. You're probably gonna be okay. I also had sushi. Right now I'm just kind of in shock. Of course I'm happy because this is what my husband and I wanted. I just thought it wasn't happening yet. So I'm going to be vlogging this like in secret for the next couple of weeks, and then when I hit a certain point where I feel comfortable with it, I'm going to basically edit this all together and post it. So when you're seeing this, it's been a couple months. Today is October 25th, and just on a whim I decided to take a test because I was late and I've been feeling weird lately, so I figured I might as well. The funny thing is, in my vlog from last week and my vlog from this week, I was kind of saying I don't feel right. Like I don't feel 100%. Like I feel like something's off. I don't know if I'm getting sick. I don't know what's up. I'm so exhausted, like extra exhausted, more exhausted than normal. Like I didn't know what was wrong with me. Thinking it's like, I don't know, it's one of those things that like passes. And in the back of my mind, I was like, what if I'm pregnant? And then I was kind of thinking, you know, of course, because now I posted this video about my miscarriage, people are probably going to just assume that if I feel funny now, I'm pregnant because they know that I want to get pregnant. And sure enough, it's just funny how these things happen. So I just wanted to vlog that literally just happened like 20 minutes ago. Just found out I was pregnant. I gotta drag out all the books again. I have to come to terms with things I cannot eat. I had sushi for the last time this weekend for 9 months, and I didn't even realize it. I think for me the hardest thing to give up is feta cheese. I love feta cheese, like a nice sauteed spinach and feta omelet in the morning. It's the best. I thought I was going to have that tomorrow morning for breakfast. Guess I'm not. Okay, that's it for now, and I don't know. I'm going to be updating randomly, so we'll see what happens with this particular vlog. So I wanted to do a pregnancy update. The annoying thing is that daylight savings happens, so now it's dark when I get home from work, but I'm doing my best to work with the lighting that I have. Trying to look up my app to see how far along I am or am predicted to be. So the estimate is 5 weeks and 5 days. I still have to make an appointment to have pregnancy confirmed at the doctor, which I'm going to do now. I'd say overall, this pregnancy is definitely different from my last. I am feeling sick a lot more frequently. My last pregnancy would kind of come and go, and it comes and goes now still, but I find that if I'm more occupied, I feel a little bit better. So this past weekend, I was like laying down watching TV feeling sick. When I'm at work, I feel like total crap in the morning, but once I start having my students there and getting to work and just being busy, it kind of goes away mostly. Today, like in the middle of a lesson, I had to like run back to my desk and grab a mint because like I was feeling really sick, but that's the only time that it really happened that badly. Otherwise, it's been kind of like, okay, it's there, but I try to ignore it as best as I can. Also just being tired. Like I'm always tired, but like in the middle of the day, I'm like, I really could crawl onto my desk right now and take a nap. For me, it's been frustrating not being able to tell anyone. I actually told someone yesterday for the first time, and it's the first person that I even told aside from my husband was one of my colleagues, because she was asking if I could help co-advise a class because I have advised the senior class in the past and they need an advisor right now. So I really want to, but I can't. And it's hard to tell people no without explaining yourself. So I did actually tell her, I said, listen, I'm pregnant. I'll be, you know, super pregnant for a senior trip. And I really just want to focus on teaching right now and this and not have to worry about anything else. And she completely understood. But again, it's really, really early to be telling anybody. So I kind of like prefaced it with that, like, please don't tell anyone because no one knows yet and no one should know yet. The other frustrating thing is that it's definitely coming across in my vlogs, or at least I feel like it is, because I'm more critical of myself, but it's just frustrating to be going through this, and it is affecting my teacher life and not being able to talk about it. Last week, the power went out, and so the power was out, I was feeling sick, and I could not take care of myself because we had no power. Like that means no water and no food really, except for like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I was feeling sick and that was not what I was going to be eating. So it was just rough. And, you know, so I complained about it in my vlog, but because I couldn't talk about, you know, being pregnant, and this is actually complicating another health issue that I'm not going to discuss, I got like this feedback, like this comment that I wouldn't say was unkind. I'm sure the person had like really good intentions because I like to look for the best in everybody, but it was just bizarre. It's literally the one and only time I've ever just been completely negative on my vlog, because I was going through the situation, I couldn't even completely explain it, and I was just feeling so low that I was like, I can't even spin this to make it positive, because I go out of my way to do that with everything. Like, I am a trained optimist. It does not come naturally to me. It is hard work for me. So the one time that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna allow myself to have this moment and just be totally negative, I get slammed with this feedback like I'm not allowed to be negative, which is bizarre. It's my channel. I'm gonna be me. If I'm so like low that I can't even dig myself out of it right now, I just need to, you know, be negative and like have a breath, then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to apologize for it. It was just bizarre. I was like, what? Really? And there was like a lot of assumptions in that comment that made like no sense, and was like, nope, you're so completely off, but okay. And it's just hard because it's like, that's, you know, you put yourself out there and that's what you sign up for, whether you realize it or not. So it's just kind of like, you know, it's got to throw some side eye and move on. But it was just like, what? And for me, it's just frustrating that I cannot explain myself at this point. I can't say, well, you know, if your power went out and you couldn't use your toilet and you were pregnant, you might feel the same way. So other than that, some changes I've experienced. I really like orange juice in the morning, and lately I've had to switch to apple juice, which I feel is so much sugary-er. I'm sorry, that's not a word, but that's okay. Because usually I drink orange juice, but right now, like the thought of acid, I'm like, ugh. And so many foods, I'm like, ugh. And I just want mashed potatoes. And last night for dinner, I had French fries and veggie tots, which definitely is not the best thing for me. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I have to eat healthy, but so many things that I try to eat or look at to eat, I'm like, ugh, no, disgusting. In general, I'm kind of avoiding meat lately because it's just kind of bothered me. Before I was pregnant even, it's kind of like, ugh. So going light on the meat, and I think I've been eating cheese a bit, crackers, cheese and crackers. The mornings are tough because I'm like, I don't want to eat anything, but I'm starving and borderline nauseous at the same time. So that's been frustrating. This week I made a quiche, so I have that and it's like ready to go, and I just have to pop it in the oven and it's good yet light. So that's been working out for me. But just last week, and I was like, oh, I have to make something, oh, I have to eat food. It was a little tough. So lunches are frustrating. I've just been trying different things. I had soup today, and like that was good. Peanut butter and jelly is good, but I need something else with it. I've been eating apples as snacks, and it's not enough, which is weird because sometimes, I don't know, apples are hit and miss for me anyway. Like without pregnancy, sometimes it's like an apple is perfect, and other times it's like, nope, I need more. I like apples with peanut butter, but it's hard because when you slice them, they start turning brown. So there's that. I had like microwave meals. Like I wanted macaroni and cheese last week, so I got like microwavable macaroni and cheese, and it's a brand, like it looks like it's supposed to be pronounced like evil, but it's like love spelled backwards. And they had like smoked Gouda mac and cheese, and that one was really good. Then they had like a truffle one, and I hate mushrooms, but I was like, I think I've had it before and it was good because it was just like truffle oil. This had actual like bits of mushrooms. Why are you biting me? She bit me. Like, that's so rude. She wants attention and I'm not giving it to her, so she bit. That is unkind. So I had that with a little bits of mushroom in it, and it made me feel sick for the rest of the day. I started using the Burt's Bees Mama Bee, I think it's called, belly butter, just so that my skin is more moisturized where it's going to be stretching. Might be premature for that on my stomach, but on my chest, like, it needs it, and that's been really sore and just annoying. So I'm at 5 weeks, 5 days. It says I have 34 weeks and 2 days left. My estimated due date is July 5th. And it says right now, my baby is the size of a sesame seed. I'm using the what is it even called? I don't even know. Today's daily info is that I cannot eat soft cheese, which sucks. I just got back from a grocery shopping trip and I try so hard to make good decisions. Like I got Raisin Bran Crunch, Special K. I did get a lot of fruit, but you know, Snickers are good for when you're hungry, and I'm getting hungry a lot more frequently now, so I bought a thing of Snickers. I also felt that I needed Oreos. I literally want 2. Only 2. They don't sell them in 2-packs, so I got the whole thing. Although, if I tried really hard, I probably could have found like a 6-pack at the register, but I didn't. I got these granola bites. Hopefully they're good. I think I'll keep these in my desk. So this is hopefully a somewhat good decision. It's like a decent decision, I guess. Those were like the really bad ones, but I tried. But I could not resist the temptation of Cheerios. I'm sorry, Oreos. And then this is for my husband. This is like a telltale teacher purchase. The giant bag of Jolly Ranchers. So I wanted to do a pregnancy vlog update, and it's gonna happen in my kitchen because this is the only place where I have some decent type of lighting. McDonald's was another bad decision I made. So I'm in the middle of my 6th week. I finally have an appointment for a pregnancy confirmation for next Tuesday. That was a pain because every time I called, I'd be on hold forever, and then it would end up being that like I'd have to have them call me back to make my appointment, then they'd call me while I was in the middle of teaching. I was playing phone tag with them for like forever. So finally today I just sat there on the phone until I got someone, and it's also hard just to have that phone call happen when you know there's people around. So I had to do it when I could have my door closed for a period of time, and then of course today as I'm trying to do this I have people knocking on my door like every 10 minutes needing something, which normally I'm happy to help, but I'm like, I just want to make this phone call in privacy and not have any issues with it, but it is what it is. So, I'm in the middle of my 6th week. The baby's the size of like a grain of rice, yet it is extremely uncomfortable for me to bend over. Like if I have to hinge at my hips so that like my stomach were to like kind of usually it fold in on itself, it hurts. So now I have to like, I feel like I'm already like in pregnancy postures, but I look almost normal. This past weekend, my husband and I went away and we had a long trip, and I am prone to motion sickness. Not that it happens all the time, but you know, it does from time to time. And being pregnant on top of that, it was awful. I was sick like the whole car ride. I couldn't do anything. Like I brought my laptop with me thinking, you know, maybe I could get this or that done while we're sitting in the car for 7 hours. No. I could do a little bit of knitting and that was it. So that was really frustrating. And then I just felt sick, and I have strong food aversions to like anything. So like there's the blandest foods right now is like what I plan to eat for like the rest of the week, because I just can't deal. I feel like I'm okay with pasta and tomato sauce. Mashed potatoes I think are good. McDonald's is one of the only things that I can eat. Dried chicken McNuggets were always like a hangover food for me, so dried chicken McNuggets are now a pregnancy food for me. So grocery shopping is kind of funny because my husband's like, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, nothing. I literally want nothing. Just give me cereals, give me mashed potatoes, that's all I want. But I feel bad because I'm the main chef when it comes to dinner, and what is my husband going to eat? Because like I can't even stomach handling some of the foods. I can't even look at foods. He started listing things like we could have this, this, or this. And I'm like, just stop. Like the thought of grilled cheese turned my stomach the other day. So that's my difficulty that I'm getting through right now. And my husband just got home and I gotta go because I had to put all these groceries away. So I'll check in at another point in time. So I just filmed a video. I have my tripod set up. I'm comfortable. So I feel like now would be a good time for a pregnancy vlog update. I don't know why I haven't updated sooner. It's actually kind of weird. I've been wanting to update since Thursday though. So Wednesday we had Chinese food for dinner, and then I got some good news, and my morning sickness has, I don't want to say it's gone away, I don't want to jinx it, but I felt so much better this past few days than I had in the past 2 weeks. So I am still getting nauseous when it's like I need to eat something, but I'm not having that constant sick nausea feeling. So I just felt great. I want to start exercising again soon. Things have just been really crazy busy for me lately, and they're going to continue to be that way, unfortunately, for a little while, but I am purchasing DVDs from Amazon for yoga and Pilates. I love yoga, but I'm afraid to do any yoga program right now that's not intended for pregnant women, just because I don't want to risk or jeopardize anything. I am now 7 weeks and 3 days pregnant. The baby is the size of a blueberry. And I really just wanted to update that I'm feeling good. I almost feel normal. So I think later today I'm gonna head out to Target, and I got a t-shirt from them over the summer that was just like very flowy. And I wanna see if I can get more of those shirts, and I don't know if they're gonna be out in November or not, but long sleeve versions of those shirts would be good as well. And it's funny because it's like for the first 3 months you kind of wanna hide your stomach. And then afterward, it's like, it's okay. So right now I want like loose, baggy fitting clothing, but later on I might be like, let me get the form fitting clothing so that people know I'm not fat, I'm just pregnant. So with my pregnancy last year, I'd actually started purchasing maternity wear really early because I had this like overwhelming fear of not being able to wear anything to work. I think my frustration is that I had a lot of clothing that would have been good for pregnancy in the spring months, but I don't have anything for the winter months. And luckily throughout the winter months, it's gonna be really early and I'm not gonna need like maternity clothes, but I feel like I need like a couple things just to be prepared. So t-shirts and long sleeve shirts I think would be what I need, and maybe jeans. So today is Monday, November 27th, and I think it's time for a pregnancy vlog update. So I think it's been about a week, maybe more. Right now I am 8.5 weeks pregnant. The baby is the size of a raspberry. I went to the doctor last Tuesday and confirmed my pregnancy. They don't really do much else that first appointment, but set up the next appointment. So I'm going back like mid-December. And she wanted me to get my sonogram done like this week, but they don't have any appointments available. So I think my sonogram is getting done like right before my next appointment, which is fine with me. It was kind of uncomfortable because the people that were there, like the nurse that was there before the doctor and then the receptionist are all like, oh, congratulations. And I'm like, thanks. And they're like, well, you're not excited? And I'm like, I was kind of like, well, I'll be excited when I make it to 12 weeks. Because now I'm just like, I'm not letting myself get too wrapped up into anything until I hit that 12-week mark. Oh my gosh. My cat decided to sit on me and she has her claws in my leg, which is uncomfortable. Hi. I just got home, so they think it's like time for me to give them all the attention in the world. You cannot be on the counter. So last week was Thanksgiving. We went to my in-laws, and it's like a 3-hour drive from here, 4 with crazy Thanksgiving traffic. And the ride wasn't too bad. I didn't feel too sick, but my nauseas kind of shifted from being like this constant like dull nausea to coming and going. But when it comes, it is really strong. And I'm like on the verge of vomiting. Especially in the morning, just kind of like gagging my way through, getting ready for work and stuff. So, I don't know which I prefer. Hey. So I don't know which I prefer, but they both suck. And I just have to kind of like run and get to the peppermints. And once I have peppermints, I'm fine. So I've always kind of had just like issues with nausea. Like I have a sensitive stomach in general. So this has kind of made it worse. And I always thought that Thanksgiving would be like an ideal time to be pregnant, and it's not, because I just felt so sick all the time and my food aversions are so like strong, and I just want like a little bit, and I want very bland, plain, simple foods. So I couldn't really enjoy Thanksgiving, and so it sucked. And we had 2 Thanksgivings. We also had Thanksgiving with my parents yesterday, and I just felt like crap all day, and then I couldn't really like eat a ton. So at this point, I think my mother-in-law suspects that I'm pregnant, and I'm just waiting till 12 weeks to confirm with anyone. But I felt really bad because like just certain things, like she wants to like make breakfast for us and I'm like, I can't, no, none of that. I'm like, I just want like a bagel. And for lunch she had like a cold cut spread and I was just like, I can't have those. And I was just kind of stressed out because I can't have those. And I was like, can I have something else instead? And I just felt bad because I was always raised that when you're a guest in someone's house, you eat the food that they put in front of you unless there's like a serious issue, which I guess this is a serious issue, but I haven't experienced that before. So I just felt horrible. So yesterday my nausea was like the worst or the most intense that it's been at least. And I definitely had plans to like get up and get off the couch and shower and go shopping and get all kinds of stuff done. I just planned on being productive yesterday and it did not happen at all like I wanted to, because I was on the couch for a while, tried to eat breakfast, started gagging on that, and it was just a miserable existence yesterday. So I didn't get anything done. I feel fine right now, so I'm hoping I can get stuff done around the house because I have like cleaning to do that I couldn't do this weekend obviously because I wasn't here, and just different things like that, like laundry, whatnot. So I think that's going to be my focus for tonight, just getting that stuff squared away. I went grocery shopping, bought nothing to make any kind of meal ever, but bought like M&Ms and Kit Kats, because those seem to keep the nausea at bay, or it's at least something that I'm not like, repulsed by. So the things that I've been having a lot of that kind of make me feel better are apples, apple juice, and apple cider, and peppermint. So I apparently can't even talk about the foods that I can't have. I don't have the energy, or I don't even know the ability to make food without feeling sick about it. So it's not fun, and I feel really bad for my husband because I have not made him a real dinner in I don't know how long. I'm trying not to complain the whole time, but really, there's a lot for me to complain about. This is not fun, this first trimester, but I'm gonna get through it. I can't help but compare it to the last one. The last one was not this bad. I'm feeling great. I'm just tired, and I don't know, like my back is kind of bothering me, so I'm going to start doing yoga because I got a pregnancy yoga DVD, but my morning sickness is pretty much gone. Like, I don't like to be one of those people that's like, oh, I'm sick and I don't feel well. And usually I push through whatever I'm going through, but nausea is like the one exception. I can't get through nausea. So I haven't had serious nausea in a while. It's like very light nausea that comes in a wave and goes, and usually it's when I'm super hungry, which I'm probably gonna get there soon because I need to eat dinner. But for example, I've been craving a BLT since Wednesday. Today I'm finally making one, and I was concerned that the smell of the bacon would actually make me sick. I was going to have my husband make the bacon for me before I got home, but he actually had to leave for his rehearsal earlier than I thought, so I had to make it myself and it didn't bother me. I call that a victory. On Tuesday, I was excited to update, but then decided to wait. So on Tuesday, or maybe it was Monday night, I think it was Tuesday morning. So on Tuesday, I noticed that I'm starting to get a little bump. And it's really early. So what it is that my stomach is mostly flat. And there's just, you know, I liked to work out back before I was pregnant, and so I have like a good amount of muscle there, but just like a layer of fat. So it's not like I was ever like a fit washboard abs flat stomach person, but I just generally had a flat stomach with a little pooch right in my lower abdomen. Pumpkin decided she wanted to join. Hi. I'm holding up the camera so I can't pet her, and she's not pleased with that, but oh well. Pumpkin, stop it. So anyway, I noticed that that lower belly pooch suddenly has changed shape, and it just kind of like protrudes a little bit differently. So it's starting. It's not noticeable at all. You're being fresh. It's It's not noticeable at all or anything, but it's there and I know it's there, and that's all I care about right now. And that for me was just so exciting because the last time I was pregnant and I had a miscarriage, and this was just so exciting for me because last time I was pregnant, I never got to have a bump. And I hit 11 weeks, and according to the ultrasound, it looks like the baby stopped developing around week 6. And my symptoms had kind of gone away. I don't know exactly when. Maybe like a week or two after week 6. I never had really bad nausea with that pregnancy, but like I had sore breasts and that stopped. And I didn't think anything of it, but even when I was feeling sick before, oh, claws, I was still like a little bit happy about it. Just, okay, so I'm still pregnant. It was how I felt. And just hitting actual milestones now, like I'm getting a bump, makes me feel so much better. So I don't know, it's just in the back of my mind. It's like a fear, but it's a very, very tiny one. So I'm not stressed over anything, but I don't know, it's still in the back of my mind that something could still go wrong. But I was just so happy to see that I'm going through some changes. I'm still sore. And I know it's like weird to enjoy, and not that I enjoy being sore or feeling sick or anything. It's just very, very reassuring, and it just makes me happy to know that so far things are okay. So on Thursday, I hit week 10. The baby's now the size of a date. And what's really exciting is that today I had my first ultrasound. So last time I went to get an ultrasound, it was not a good experience. I had to drink all this water, like 32 ounces within an hour, and I couldn't go to the bathroom. And I get to the office, and I think my appointment was at 3:30. I was waiting for almost half an hour with a full aching bladder, and the pain got more and more intense, and I was so close to peeing my pants. It was just terrible. And then they did the ultrasound one way, you know, the usual way that they show you on television, and then they let me go to the bathroom, and then they did it the other way. And the woman that I had was just very cold and distant, and she didn't say anything. Knowing now that there's something wrong, it makes sense why she didn't say anything. She probably, you know, they can't tell you stuff like that. So she didn't say anything. I know when I got to my doctor and they said, you're like 2 weeks behind, I was really confused. And they said it like it was just like a normal thing. And I guess that could happen, that you're 2 weeks behind where you're expected to be. Like maybe there was an anomaly with your cycle when you conceived, but I just felt like I was lied to. Anyway, so today's ultrasound, I drank the water just to be safe. They didn't say anything about it. And then I get there and the woman says, empty your bladder because we're doing it the other way. And I was like, okay. So I put myself through water chugging for no reason, but that's okay. And I was just so excited because I saw my little baby on the screen, and I was just so happy to see that it looked how I thought it was supposed to look according to the app that I've been using. Last time that was not the case, so I was thrilled. And then she said, well, this is the head, this is the body, this is the arms, and this is the heart beating. And that was like the best part. And so I left from my ultrasound. I got a little picture to take home, which was so nice because I didn't get anything like that last time. I didn't even get the offer, not that there was anything to see. So I leave and I go to a local gift shop for a little bit of Christmas shopping, and then I get a phone call and it's from the doctor, and I'm thinking, okay, I better answer this because usually I ignore it and let it go to voicemail. And it's my ultrasound tech, and she says, listen, I forgot to measure the heart rate. Can you come back? And I wasn't far, so I was like, oh yeah, sure. And they were so grateful that I came back because apparently if they didn't get that one thing, it would have like invalidated the whole ultrasound, and my tech would have been in trouble, I guess, with the doctors. So it was like, of course I'm coming back, like anything for the baby to make sure everything's okay. So I went back, had that done, and that was kind of it. So that was my big experience for today and this past week. My arm is numb and shaking, so I'm gonna wrap up this segment for today. Today's Tuesday, December 19th, and this update is long overdue. My cats are very excited that I just came home, so they are making all kinds of noise in the background, so sorry about that, but that's my life and that's what this vlog is. So last Monday, I got a call from the doctor that ordered my first ultrasound, and what they found on my ultrasound is that my due date is different from what we thought. And my due date was July 5th based on an estimate of when my last cycle began, because I forgot to keep track of it that one time. So they said that my due date is actually pushed up by 5 days. So now I'm due June 30th, which meant that when they called me, I thought I was like in the middle of my 10th week, and I'd actually was just beginning my 11th. I got so excited over that because that meant I was so much closer to that 12-week mark where you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief, and that meant I could tell people sooner. And that's what my husband and I did. We waited till Sunday. We were gonna do it Saturday, but my husband had like a 24-hour stomach virus. But on Sunday, we told his parents and my parents, and I told my brother and my sister. So that's been the highlight so far. People know now, which is really exciting. Nausea still comes and goes, but it's not as bad as it was before, not as intense. So now on Saturday, I'll be 13 weeks. My husband and I are still waiting until Christmas to kind of put anything out there for anyone else to know. I had my 12-week appointment, 12-ish week appointment on Friday. Everything seemed great. I got to hear the baby's heartbeat for the first time, and that was just exciting, and I'm just happy to know that everything's okay. And then I opted to do a genetic screening, so I had that yesterday, and I had my finger pricked, blood taken, and they did another ultrasound, and I got some more pictures of the baby, and I just got to see him again, got to hear the heartbeat. I was very excited. He has 2 arms, 2 legs. I keep calling him he. I don't know what he is, but I'm just guessing. So it's just good to know that everything's okay, and as far as I can tell, going as it should be. So I'm just really excited. And I got to have more pictures, and I got to share those with my mom this time right away. So that was nice. And I don't think I have anything else to update on other than that. Good morning, it's Christmas morning, and this is going to be my last vlog update. Basically went through my whole first trimester, vlogging like semi-weekly. My big highlights from this week were that I told my principal on Thursday. He was genuinely happy for me because he knows about the trouble that I went through last time, last spring. And also it's not going to inconvenience him because I'm going to be out in like June. So that was good. I told my department chair, she's very happy for me. She also knows the struggle that my husband and I went through. So that was great. And then I hit 13 weeks on Saturday, so it was 2 days ago. And I'm officially now in my 2nd trimester, which is very exciting. I'm hoping the morning sickness is over. This past week, it seems like every week there's like a different theme to my morning sickness, but this past week it was strong odors, or odors that I perceived as being strong would make me like gag immediately. Like I wouldn't feel nauseous, I would just suddenly feel like I'm gonna throw up. So I can't remember, cat food did it once. Coffee made me gag before I was pregnant, and it just got so much worse. And my husband, of course, is a coffee addict, so we have to like time out when he's gonna make his coffee and when I can come into the kitchen. So small adjustments, it's all good. I just put up on Facebook our pregnancy announcement. We took a picture yesterday while my husband and I were dressed up for Christmas Eve, in front of our picture with our Ray Dunn mugs. So mine says mom and his says dad, and I just posted it, and I could cry from like my former students that are so excited for me, especially my students last year. They're so excited because they knew what happened, my seniors did, and So they're excited. And then one student just commented, "Oh my God, I literally just screamed. I'm so excited." And I just teared right up. I literally have the best students and the best former students. I haven't decided when I'm going to tell my current students. And now I'm thinking about it, I think I might have a student with an older sibling that might be on my Facebook. So they might find out that way, and that's okay. But I haven't decided if I'm going to tell my classes when we return from Christmas break and just get it out of the way. Part of me is tempted to do that. Part of me is tempted to wait until I can't hide it anymore. So I don't know. I'll see what happens. It'll get vlogged, I'm sure. So I can't really think of anything else to update on. It's just crazy. I'm so excited. My husband's so excited. And people are so excited for us, which is just very beautiful. And just so happy to know that we have so much like support and love from everyone. And I'm so glad that I've been vlogging just so I could record some of this journey for my own memories in the future. So that's just very special to me, and I completely understand if people don't want to see any of this on my channel. I may or may not continue talking about going through pregnancy as a teacher. I feel like there's not a lot out there. I think Too Cool for Middle School did a lot when she was pregnant with Jensen, and I really enjoyed those videos as someone that was planning to get pregnant eventually. So maybe I will, just so that there's something out there for the people that need it or want it. But I completely understand if people don't want to watch either, because that's not the phase of life that they're in, or, you know, if men just aren't interested. So we'll see what happens there, and that's going to be it. So if you made it through all this, I don't even know what this vlog is going to come out like, as I have done no editing whatsoever. I've just curated footage. So if you made it to the end, as always, thank you for watching.